I cut out most of that hill climb, mostly because I've recorded it a number of times. Plus, it's a little boring. It's not a fast ascent. The next time I feel ambitious, I'll look at the controller again and see if I can't jack up the power a little bit. The problem is it does it in steps. Unlike some other controllers that you can do amp by amp, this one gives you a formula and you have to kind of play with it. That problem would be solved automatically if I put in the 36 volt battery. Then I could run it at 100%. But with a 48 volt battery, running at 100% will toast this motor. On the gravel bike, with the same battery, but with a different controller, it's easier to dial in. I can get it exactly where I want it, so I don't overheat the motor, but yet the bicycle is considerably faster. Where this one tops out at 38 kilometers an hour, more or less, the gravel bike will top out at about 45 kilometers an hour, more or less. It all depends on how fresh the battery is. But all things being equal, it's just faster. Not only that, it has a lot less tire resistance, and it's slightly more aerodynamic. This ride takes us to Cerros del Viso, which is the lookout point. And on such a nice day, I think it would be fun to go there. Well, I said it's a really beautiful day. It's about 16 in the sun, maybe a little less. And it's kind of windy. I see a lot of vapor trails in the western sky up here, which makes me wonder if they're cloud seeding, which is not necessary. The coastal regions along the Mediterranean, from Barcelona all the way to Portugal, have been pretty well devastated by flooding. Valencia and surrounding communities are still a catastrophe zone, and nobody is expecting that to recover for years. Okay, this isn't Cerro del Viso, but it's one of them. The wind is really howling up here. I kind of suspected it would be. I think the view here is awesome when it's clear like this. Those mountains on the other side, I forget the name of them. But on the other side is a city called Segovia, which has a Roman aqueduct, and on one of my trips I'm going to go there on the train with the bike, which will be a lot of fun. I haven't been there in years. Every time some of our friends come into town, I'm relocated to babysitting the animals, and my wife takes off, goes to some nice places and great restaurants, and that's life. There was a nasty fire up here during the summer, and I made a couple photographs shortly after it was all extinguished, and firemen were still patrolling here. It certainly was not a natural occurrence, but arsonists aren't always doing it on purpose. Spaniards have a lot of trouble with their cigarette butts and just throw them around lit all over the place. There have been firebugs arrested in this area, and that's always a good thing. The last one that was reported was a woman, and she was setting fires along the river below us. So, not a healthy person. I don't know what became of it, but they had helicopters and all sorts of things hunting her, and they got her. The Cannondale camera mount, Garmin control pad is right here, and the thumb throttle. On the front here, this is a headlight mount, which might be a little obscured because it's all black, but it's for my Sigma, and it works really well, and the bike computer. And its job is pretty much just to keep an eye on total kilometers. This is a 4630 crankset, which I find very useful, which with an 1132 rear cassette on a Yosi 350 watt e-hub. It's a lightweight motor. It's pretty quick on the flats. In fact, it's downright quick, but it doesn't have all the climbing torque that I would like. On the other hand, it's a bicycle and you're supposed to work. S&P hybrid saddle, XLC suspension seat post. Very useful. Even with the 2.8 tire, a suspension seat post makes life better, and of course the SR Suntour suspension forks, which work quite nicely, as do the TRP Spire brakes. That's looking directly into Madrid. The Sierra on the opposite side of the Madrid corridor, which anywhere else in the world would be called a valley. And Alcalá de Henares directly below. This is an absolutely stunning area, and it's very close to my home as the crow flies. So with that, I think I'm gonna say see you later.